Big match coming up this Saturday here at Coventry Sphinx with a trip to old Midland League rivals Loughborough Students. We're here with joint Coventry Sphinx manager Shaun Thomas. Tomo, let's start with Monday night's effort at Coleshill Town. A point on the road, but it could potentially have been more. Tell us your views from the dugouts.
I think the game was tight throughout. I think you wouldn't. Everyone that was watching the game would see that Coleshill pushed for large parts of the game, and they were possibly on the front foot for most of it. When you go 2-0 up, it took the sting out of it. I thought for the most part we were comfy. First half, knew they were going to come out quickly. We had a little bit of change of shape to try and stop the fullbacks coming out a little bit onto us, and didn't manage the second half very well. Very cheap penalty to start within 3 minutes, and then it was tight. I think we were good on the breakaway. Maybe had a couple of 3v2s, which we never really looked like we were going to be ruthless enough to take. And it was just trying to count down the clock, and we nearly got there. Got to like 3 minutes out of the 5 that are adding on and whatever it was, and he's hit it from 30 yards and it's gone in. And what can you say? 2-2 was most probably the least that Coleshill deserved from their performance, and we'll say we were gutted at the end, but all in, can't complain.
Well, it was all looking rosy at half-time, with Sphinx taking the 2-0 lead in one of the most action-packed minutes of recent memory. An ingenious free kick from Shea Willock, then a defensive mix-up, almost gifting an equaliser, followed by an audacious chip by Kyle Carey. I mean, that's the very definition of end-to-end football, isn't it?
Yeah, good non-league game, and I think there was a lot of excitement. There was bits of real quality. There was bits that were scrappy and fast-paced, and hopefully the fans that came in would have had a decent value for their money. So yeah, it was a good game, all action.
The second half, as you say, belonged to Coleshill. 3 minutes after the break, Ryan Nesbitt pulled one back from the spot before a cracking hit from Hallahan to make it 2-2. With all the chances that Coleshill had, looking back, should we be proud of the lads for holding off the Cole men for a point, or do you see it as 2 points lost?
I think when you get to 93rd minute, I think you think you should see that game out. But what killed us was that first 5 minutes in the second half, which you managed to 5, managed to 10, and then all of a sudden into the final 30. And I think for all of Coleshill pushing, I don't think they created in terms of absolute outright chances. They maybe had 1 or 2 that they could have done better with, but they didn't. And I think in the end you take the point, because they were pushing for large parts of that second half, and although we stood pretty firm, it felt like they were on top. So ending in a point which is about fair enough.
Well, with just one of our games in hand remaining after a stop-start September, we currently lie in 15th, 4 points above the drop zone. At this stage of the campaign, is that a true reflection of our season and performances so far?
I think we're mirroring what we did last year, where we've drawn a lot of games. I think we're up to 7 games now, defeated in 5 out of 15. So you argue that as we know, we're competitive. We give people good games, and it's that magic question of how to turn some of those draws into wins. And I think looking back, I think there's been a couple of times away from home where we maybe come away with a point when 3 was on offer and we didn't capitalise. I think on the flip side of that, I think Coleshill were good Monday night, and I think most probably they would be saying that they deserved the 3. So when you go 2-0 up, possibly a little bit disappointed that you don't see it out, but I think a point when you weren't on that front foot for large parts of the game is equally as good as those ones where you think you maybe should have converted it into the 3. So happy with the start. I think we're there or thereabouts. We just need to be looking for those few extra points to make sure that we're not completely sucked into that bottom 8, bottom 7 sort of mini table again, which is shaping up that way. But we're at the top of that at the moment, so we're hoping for a good period now where we've got 3 away games on the bounce. No, 2 away games on the bounce. 3, and then we obviously have Light here a week Saturday, so some good games coming up where they'll be tight. I'm sure they will, but we're well prepared, and we're hoping we can get us a couple of those wins.
Lately we've started to see the fruition of the new ideas of first team coach Craig Jones has brought in, as well as the benefits of the new analysis system. How have the lads adapted to this new philosophy?
I think it's always good. You get new perspective, new eyes, new ears, new energy. I think there's a certain jadedness when you consistently got the same voices all the time. So yeah, Johnny's been good. I think we're trying to marry things in the middle of having ideas and then what it is like in practice. And what I would say is me and John have been doing it a long time now, and I think we know our side. I think we know when we're at it. I think we know teams that we face, and when to be maybe a little bit more conservative, or when to try and play. And we're just trying to find that happy medium at the minute. And Jonah's definitely added to the coaching. And Ash is doing his bits in the background, so all his insights are valuable as well.
One small blemish on our record this season has been discipline. We'll get to one of the more recent suspensions in a moment, but let's first discuss two returning stars in Callum Woodward and Lewis Guest, the captain and vice-captain, sent off in consecutive fixtures. Is it a testament to the players who filled that void, as well as standing captain Jack Downs, that neither returns to the 11 immediately?
Yeah, they've been brilliant. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. The lads that obviously not around because of suspension. The lads that filled in those gaps, and they've most probably stated their claim for keeping those shirts as well, because we've had a really tough run of games, and they've been great. But it's good to have Gavin Guest. They must have 500 odd games plus between them. They know the club inside out. They are Sphinx through and through. So to add them back into the group has been really helpful, and it was good to have them back in on Monday night, because it was a feisty affair, and they sort of managed the emotion a little bit in the changing rooms and keep everyone on, try and keep them all focused. So yeah, but the lads that have stepped in have been brilliant. Can't fault it. Obviously, discipline is key. I think we are unfortunate. Every side will say that with some of the decisions that have been made, and I think there's certain aspects of other sides trying to manufacture situations that I don't think they need to, but that's football, and our lot of need to be a little bit wiser to those sort of games, shall we say. But yeah, looking forward to having everyone back, and obviously we have still got a couple that are suspended after the other last game, so we'll manage it as we always do.
The latest dismissal came on Monday night, a second Book of War offence in the closing minutes for Shea Willock. Hopefully this time it won't be almost a month without our star striker, but with Sam Lockley also out injured, how do we plan on ensuring our attack isn't blunted over the next couple of games?
There's lots of good players that can take that position, and we're not stupid. We know that goals win games, the old cliche, so we're not resting on our laurels, and ultimately Shea leads that line excellently for us, so people are going to have to step up to that breach and fill in and state their claim as well, because that's one area that was been pretty consistent for the last 5-6 weeks. So I'm fully confident in the lads. There's enough quality in the squad to be not worried about having a single lad out, and that's going to be a disaster. So yeah, looking forward to Saturday, and we'll manage it really well.
Our next outing takes us to an old Midland League rival in Loughborough Students, a side directly below us in the Northern Premier League table. The standings would suggest a tight affair, but what are you expecting from Saturday's game?
Well, we know the pitch is going to be immaculate. Young, fit, hungry side who are going to be well coached, definitely. I think for us, away form we need to pick that up a little bit, and I think there's going to be a good clash of styles Saturday where we'll go to play. We're not afraid of playing, but we're going to have to be pretty physical and make sure we stand up to the lads, to the younger lads who are going to be moving that ball left and right and trying to open us up. And we're going to have to be really disciplined as well, because we can't afford to keep having people sent off. So we're looking forward to it. Loughborough are very good at home by the looks of it, or at least the majority of their points are coming from home. I think it's 4 wins and 5 defeats out of their 9. So you know if you don't turn up, you're going to get beat, and we're really focused on making sure we turn up and trying to get that first win.
And finally, after back-to-back wins at home to Lye and Bedworth, the Students have been defeated twice by Anstey and Hinckley. How tricky can it be to prepare for a game when you don't really know which version of a side's going to turn up?
Well, we try and gather as much information as possible, and I think there's a pattern there that if you're not up for it, they'll move you around, and I think they've most probably had a little bit of joy against some of the more experienced sides in the league, and then when that age profile comes down, your Ansteys have got good quality throughout, and so have the other sides that have beaten them. So it's going to be a tough game. We're really open and honest about. We know that we're going to have to work hard for any 3 points in this league. So we will go there. We'll try and out non-league, and we'll try and be big, strong, physical, and move that ball just as well as them, and take a chance when they come along. So looking forward to it.
Well, no doubt the boys are going to bring the fight on Saturday. Tom, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.